Healthy Family is brought to you by the Dove Beauty Bar. Feel the difference for yourself.
And we're back with your Healthy Family, talking about sports and your kids. Now, more girls are playing on teams with boys than ever before, but are there real differences in the ways that boys and girls approach sports? Well, we met up with some young athletes from the Crossover Sports Academy in New York to find out what they think. Today, there are more girls playing on teams with boys than ever before, but are there real differences in the ways that boys and girls approach sports? We met up with some young athletes from the Crossover Sports Academy in New York to find out what they think.
Guys are kind of learning now not to baby girls anymore, and I think that's kind of a great step toward, I guess, everyone feeling like you don't throw like a girl anymore, you throw like a kid.
This student athlete is right at home when she can play tough and not always by the rules.
I'm so much less, I guess, stressed when I'm fencing a guy because I can be a little bit more aggressive and I don't necessarily have to be as dainty as I might if I was fencing a girl. And I think it's I guess, liberating because I get to be kind of mean. I get to have a lot of fun.
For a lot of kids, it all comes down to what you bring to the court, no matter who you are.
No, we're all the same, but there are certain girls that, play differently because they're a girl. Everybody makes a joke, you got beat by a girl, but it doesn't really matter. It's the same.
Bridging the gender gap is easier when kids take their cues from supportive adults.
When we do laps, the girls run just as fast as the boys do, so, and the coach, he treats us both the same, whether we're girls or we're boys, so I think that's pretty cool.
So, are we putting too much pressure on kids to play sports?
Cory is a sports psychologist and professor of psychology at Montgomery County Community College. And Janet Lee Pilateri has a son who plays competitive baseball and a daughter interested in theater. Welcome to you both. So it seems that a bunch more girls are getting involved in organized sports. Are they feeling the pressure to keep up with the boys? Is that fair to say that? Cory, to you first.
Well, I think that more and more girls are playing sports that were traditionally sports for males. So you see more female ice hockey teams, you're seeing more females on wrestling teams now, and you're also seeing some crossover where males and females are playing together.
I didn't know, I'll be honest, I didn't know that boys and girls played a lot of co-ed organized sports. I mean, usually there's the girls basketball team and the boys. Is that a trend we're seeing more and more of?
We're starting to see it more at the middle school level. I think once you have puberty and you have the physical differences coming up, you still see more of the separate stuff in high school. And also for the Division I scholarships, you want to, if you're playing Division I girls basketball, you want to be on that girls basketball team. Yeah. And I know Janet has a son and daughter.
You've got two kids. One's in sports and one's in theater.
Right.
Did they just go where their heart led them? Is that sort of what happened with your kids?
That is what happened. I always feel that as long as they have a passion for something, that's the direction they should go in. And for my son, it was always sports. And my daughter tried sports at an early age, but when she got to the high school level, she wasn't as competitive as it is at high school. So she chose theater, and that's where her natural passion is.
Yeah, I think, to me, sports is such a great thing for kids. Number one, because it teaches you that no matter how hard you try, sometimes you lose. And that's just the way it rolls. You don't always expect to win, but there are lots of lessons kids can learn.
It's character building. I think it's important to work with people. It helps you later in life.
Well, a lot of the athletes I see in my practice, the lessons they learn from sports, they're going to use 5, 10, 15 years down the road. And a lot of them aren't going to be professional athletes. But the dedication, the determination, the persistence, dealing with the setbacks is all crucial.
Do you see that it really does turn young kids into better adults if they are involved in something that's organized like sports or theater?
Well, I think from my perspective, it really taught both of my kids, if you want to be good at something, you have to work really hard at it. And I think it taught them, determination. It gave them discipline. And I think those type of characteristics can translate, and carry them through life.
I have all girls, all daughters, and I try to push them into sports a little bit, gently, a nudge. And one of them has taken it and run with it. She's a great soccer player. Right. The other one has resisted a little bit, backed off, and loves the theater. Like your daughter.
Right,
so we kind of, that's it. You move in, right, and then they kind of do what they will with it. It's not good to push.
But it's important. Yeah, I think that's key, because a lot of parents really want their kid to be a great tennis player, and they just think they'll learn to figure it out.
But unless they have a passion for it, it has to come from them, because when you compete at a higher level, like my son is fortunate enough, he's going to be playing at a very selective liberal arts college for baseball, and that passion and that determination had to come from him. I couldn't force him to do that, and it really came from him. It was his drive, ambition, and dedication that got him there.
Advice for parents, do you think?
I think you need to find a goodness of fit between the child's temperament and personality and then the level of competitiveness for the sports. You know, so one of your daughters is real competitive with sports and she loves that. Let her go with it. Let her take it as far as she can.
Right.
The other daughter likes to, go out and throw the frisbee around or walking or hiking, and they take those lessons because this is the generation that's not supposed to live as long as their parents because of the obesity epidemic.
I know. That's
so if we can encourage our kids to
You're
participate, rollerblade, if that's it, or something competitive, if that's it, then we're really setting them up for success.
Cory and Janet, thank you both so much.
Play ball.
Thank you so much for having us
For more
on the show.
information, you can check out my show called Your Healthy Family. That's at yourhealthyfamily.todayshow.com. I have another show.
And we'll be right back with more of Today on NBC.
It's another show.